Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that this is like a full story of solely on pooping and my coworker getting upset. This is just the last straw of me wanting to vent about this overarching conflict that I've had for about a year or so now. Now, I thought that if I didn't tell you what I do for work, that if I were to just tell you the story straight up, you would probably be thinking, Andrew, this is such a dumb thing to vent about. Like, why is this such a big deal? So I should probably tell you right now what I do. I'm not going to disclose the location where I work at, obviously, because, that would be inappropriate. And this is like more so to protect myself from, getting fired or whatever. So straight up, I am a nursing assistant. What I do is that I help people with their activities of daily livings, such as brushing their teeth, using the bathroom, eating, helping them, use a TV remote and go on tuning into the latest episode of Love Island, stuff like that. And I do all of these things, and it can be pretty hectic, but the patient to CNA ratio is very generous. The management is great. It is about 5 or 6 to 1, so it's pretty doable. I'm able to get people up on time, give the care that they need, and, not have anyone being left in the dust for too long, which sometimes it happens. We do get short-staffed every now and then. Some things happen, unfortunate circumstances where maybe a resident, poops themselves and then you need, 2 people to help them. Stuff like that. That'll happen. But overall, it's fine. It's manageable. It's a pretty good work environment. But there's this thing that I've been dealing with the past year or so now where my coworker, she is a housekeeper, and I want to make it very clear, I don't hate her or anything. I don't have any beef with her. I think, I actually do admire her for some of the things that I do want to point out later at the end of the video. She does a lot. In housekeeping, she cleans up a lot. I see her reline trash bags. I see her picking up trash and cleaning counters and cleaning things that I didn't even need, that I didn't even think that they would need cleaning because nobody really ever touches them. But she still does it. She makes sure that the whole nursing home smells good and stays clean. That's all her. And of course, the other housekeepers that, work in different rooms and levels of the buildings or whatever. One of the things that I deal with from her is that she gets upset about tiny things where I'm not always on top of it. So oh, Andrew, there's some trash left in here. You gotta empty that out and reline it. And it's okay, I got you. There are other times when she will, be telling me, hey, Andrew, one of your residents need this and that, and you gotta do that too, and blah blah blah. So do that. She's just basically telling me what to do, and you're probably thinking, Andrew, that is your job. You should be cleaning up stuff. You should be answering the residents' requests. But here's the thing. This happens more so early in the morning where I have to get everyone up. I can't be in all the rooms at once. I can't fulfill all requests in, as quickly as possible as everyone wishes them to be. I eventually get to it, but I would get maybe 5 or 10 minutes later than what they expected. And, people can get pretty impatient. It's fine. It happens. I understand. I don't like waiting too, but that's just kind of the reality that you got to deal with if you are a resident in a nursing home. We can't get to you immediately as soon as possible. There are some times where we just got to, we're preoccupied in a different room, but we will eventually get to you. We're not going to ignore you. Don't worry. We see your light. We will get to you. It'll probably take 5 or 10 minutes or so. And I do prioritize my residents in how incontinent they are. So who is most likely to take a shit in their bed than others. I am aware of that. Those people I go to first, because other residents who don't have that problem, their requests are probably hey, can you turn on the light? Hey, can you turn off the light? Hey, can you, switch this channel? I don't like Love Island. It sucks. Make me watch Singles Infernal or Too Hot to Handle. Stuff like that. The housekeeper, she is just always telling me these things. But what I also have observed is that sometimes she will also tell me, hey, Andrew, I just threw out the trash and I just relined the bags. I also refilled the Pampers or whatever. Okay? You don't need to tell me every single thing that you do for your job. I don't go to my charge nurse and say, hey, I just changed room 19. Hey, I just helped room 14 eat. I'm doing my job. I'm minding my business. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. You don't need to call out your task every time you do something. Do you want me to give you flowers or, yay, thank you? I give her my thank yous, but you don't gotta tell me every single thing that you do. And it also gets me confused Because it seems like you have the materials to do what you need to do. Why do you get so upset when I can't do it like immediately when I'm clearly, and she sees me occupied with other residents? And not to mention, isn't that your job too? To take out the trash and reline it, or, you know, make the bed or whatever, housekeeping. Like, I don't know exactly what the job description is when you applied, but if you are doing all these things, and if it's really bothering you that much, why can't you just do it? Because it's not like a really difficult request. You can simply just do it. You have that big cart that you roll around where you can just take it out, and, you know, and if you have to, just leave it at the door so I can take it out myself. That's fine. But why is it such a big deal? I don't understand. Now, hold your horses. I know you guys clicked on this video waiting to hear the poop story, so I'll get to that right now. So, another thing that I deal with is that she gets upset on things that she has to kind of do more work on. So, for example, like, this is one of the things that irritated me the most, is that after I use the bathroom and like I wash my hands and then I leave, she notices the counter is a bit wet because of all the water that was like splishing and splashing. And I don't leave like a big mess, but the water is just splashing naturally and it just lands on the basin. But I can still understand where she's coming from for how she has to go back in there and dry it again. My bad, but I need to wash my hands. I am dealing with residents who poop themselves. I have to wash my hands. Where else do you want me to wash them? The freaking, you know, the toilet water? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, it's just stuff like that that makes no sense. And it's like, yes, I understand you got to do more work on that. Like, that you have to re-dry the basin. But come on, dude. Like, that's something that you're just going to have to expect. I can't just go in with dirty hands, just relying on hand sanitizer. And if anything, it's not that sanitary if I just rely on sanitizer. If my hands are soiled, clearly wet, I have to wash my hands. Now, this is the part where we get to the poop story. So, she cleans the bathroom a lot. The employee bathroom in particular. And none of the residents ever use it. It's just the employees. It's just the CNAs. Last night, or yesterday morning, I took a dump and I washed my hands as normal. Made sure the basin was dry because I know she doesn't like that. So I make sure I leave it the way it was. I walk out and she comes by and she's like, Andrew, did you take a poop? And at first I was like alarmed. I was like, excuse me? And she was like, did you poop? And I said, yeah. And she's like, oh my goodness, I can't go in there. Go in there to use the bathroom or go in there to clean? There's another bathroom over there, but it seems like that wasn't the problem. It seems like she could have went to the other bathroom if she wanted to. No, she had to. She got upset because she had to clean the toilet again because I just used it after she just cleaned it. Dog, where do you want me to take a shit then? Do you want me to take a shit in the bed like all the other residents do? Like, what do you want me from me out of this? And it's just making me question myself and really think about, are there moments where you just don't want to do your job and you want someone else to do it? Like I've mentioned earlier with the whole like trash relining and all that. And again, it's not like the biggest problem in the world. This is something that an issue like flies from one ear to the other. I don't care much for what she has to say, but this has just been such an egregious thing that has been happening that I thought it would be funny to talk about. Because another thing that she asked me to do was one of the rooms. She asked, hey, this resident, their floor needs to be shampooed. Can you go to the front desk and tell her to leave a request to get the floor shampooed? Dog. Housekeeper? Hello? I thought you do that. Excuse me? Or no. There is someone else who does have the floors shampooed, but can't you just, like, don't you have a walkie-talkie? Everyone in the facility should have a walkie-talkie. Sometimes, low-key, we be running out of those, so we don't have it. But I'm pretty sure she needs it. She needs to communicate with, like, I don't understand. Like, there is just some miscommunication and lack of a communication involved with me and her that sometimes it just kind of annoys me as I work. But then once it gets to, like, the afternoon, things settle down and nothing's, like, too busy or anything. But come on, dude. I had to take a poop. What do you expect me to do? Like, how clean does the bathroom need to stay to be until I do my business? Like, brother, it's just been kind of like baffling to me that I've had to put up with this. Like, this is something that I deal with more often than my residents like yelling at me on why I don't know how to work a light bulb or something. It's just something that I thought would be funny to tell you guys about. And yeah, this is just something that I've been dealing with. But I will say I admire her for being very caring for all the residents. She really cares about every one of them. She knows all their names. She knows what drinks they want, what drinks they don't want. She knows how they like, you know, their things like this or that. She knows who needs a pillow under their arm, who doesn't. Like, she is as much as very aware as all the CNAs are with the residents. I think she is very vital to the workplace, as in like giving the residents the quality of life they deserve. I give kudos to her, but man, this is something that I've been dealing with for a while now, and it's just kind of been making me go like, brother, bother another 8 about this. It's just been so like annoying. But that's all I wanted to say. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.